Hi everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character listener by me. So let's get into it. Lenny. He would probably try it once. After all, it's a new type of language that he's not used to, and he has never flirted with someone like this romantically. Sure, maybe he did it to fluster people, but he has actually never felt it towards anyone, except you. You came along and changed a lot of things for him. So that's why he's been trying to do something different. He flirted with you a lot, complimented you too. But he wanted to try calling you that just for the sake of it. So that's how he ends up calling you baby girl. He says it normally, waiting to see a reaction. Good morning, baby girl, he says, and you stare at him, blushing brightly. It's still 1 in the afternoon, and that's a lot to take in at once. Wow, Lenny, he never called me that before. I didn't see it coming, you say, trying to hide your blush, and he laughs softly, going over to you and wrapping his arms around your waist, kissing your cheek gently. You know, I like to keep things fresh. I never let things get boring around me. You know, I could call you that again if you'd want to hear it. Ah, Lenny, stop, you say, blushing brighter, but he only laughs more, kissing your cheek again. But this time, he's not done. He cups your face in his hands and turns your face towards him, kissing your lips softly. He loves to kiss you in the morning, loves to start his day with something as beautiful as kissing you and holding you within his arms. Because to him, that's the only way the day is supposed to start. It makes his day so much better and just way brighter than they used to be. He never knew what he was missing until now. And now that he has you, he's not willing to let go of what he has. Not at all. Also, you're definitely his baby girl, and he's definitely calling you that again. Scaramouche. Scaramouche would not call you baby girl, usually, and he does not know how informal it sounds. He just knew it was a pet name, and people used it, and maybe you'd like it. He calls you love mainly, and maybe darling, and other things as well, but those were the two that you heard the most. Baby girl, on the other hand, that was a whole other story, and you did not expect to hear it from him, considering that it was just not this type of thing, considering also that it did not suit him. You can't see it come out from his mouth, and it would be funny. And that was also why it was incredibly funny when he said it out loud. He had no idea how it sounded to your ears. So, when he said, "Come here, baby girl, I missed you," he burst out laughing, and he blushed brightly, feeling the embarrassment wash over him. Was he really just not good at this? Did he say something bad? Or funny? He had no idea why you were laughing so much, and he felt kind of hurt or offended. After all, you shouldn't be acting this way. And most importantly, it felt a little bit insulting. And so he started pouting. "Oh, Scary, don't look at me like that," you say, wrapping your arms around him. It was just so surprising to hear you say that. I mean, baby girl? That didn't really seem like your type of thing. But it's not that I mind or anything. It's cute coming from you. That's all. You murmur softly, kissing his cheek, and he finds himself melting into your touch, closing his eyes. Maybe he was a bit sensitive and nervous when he said those type of things, but that's because this is so new for him, and he doesn't want to be mocked by you. So please, be patient with him, and try to be gentle when he does something unexpected or wrong, because he's still trying to learn. All in all, you really did not mind the nickname from him, It's just that it felt so wrong coming out from his lips, considering it was so. Well, you just didn't see him saying that. So it took you out. A little bit. You definitely had to give him many kisses afterwards to make up for it, though. Venti? Benji is such a sweetheart, and usually he is the one to catch you off guard, so that was no surprise to either of you. So when he does go out of his way to call you a nickname of sorts, it could be something very weird or something very sweet of him, and this you had no idea how to classify it as. So, when you were just sitting in the kitchen and trying to think of what you were going to eat today, you did not expect Venti to come up from behind you and kiss your cheek. It's been a while, baby girl. How are you doing today? You blushed brightly, and he giggled softly. What's going on? Not used to the nickname? Maybe I'm not. You tell him. And he just laughs loudly at you, bringing you in for a hug. Would you like to hear it more then? You know, I can always change things up. He usually called you sweetheart or sweetie, along with other things, but those were his main ones. So maybe you did like the change. And if you nod shyly, he definitely laughs at you. But he still takes that in mind, and he tries to switch up the nicknames more often, calling you baby girl more now. And you definitely blush the very first few times he does it. It's still so different. And every time he changes a little thing in your relationship, considering that the two of you haven't been dating for long, you still find yourself blushing. He just has the best timing, and he knows very well how to fluster you and how to catch you off guard perfectly. It's like you can't win against him, no matter how well guarded you try to be. But it's really part of what makes things all the more fun. Xiao. Xiao had called you baby girl due to someone telling him that he should try to. He had no idea whether it would be good or not, and how it sounded like to others. And he did not have context at all, but he thought that maybe he would be boring you, only calling you his love, his darling Wayan, and those classic nicknames that everybody else could use. So maybe baby girl would be a good change, right? Absolutely not. Because when he calls you baby girl, you blush brightly, yes, but you still end up giggling. And that's not the desired effect that you had actually wanted in the end. Why are you laughing at me, Wayan? He said, pouting. Nothing, I just didn't expect you to say that. It's a good nickname. It's just so not you, Xiao. What do you mean it's not me? It's me. I'm saying that. That's not what I meant. Come here. You wrap your arms around him, kissing his cheek gently. I just meant that I didn't expect you to say that. But maybe say it again. I'll know if I want to hear it more. Baby girl. You find yourself softening. He's honestly so cute. And you know if he said it one more time, it would sound hot with that deep voice of his. So you do nod. And he smiles at that. He just wants to make you happy. And although things have been quite a challenge for him to figure out and navigate through, he's been doing his best. And you too are doing your very best to be patient, and you're doing your absolute most to guide him through things. After all, he's just as new to this as you are, and you're both together trying to learn how to love and accept being loved in return. It's a wonderful journey, one that you will accompany each other through till the very end.